warm up. If anything feels like too much, stop doing it. Just take a break, catch your breath. Yoga is not about pushing it, but rather about noticing your breath. And you should feel comfortable in the poses. You shouldn't feel like you're gonna fall over or like you're breathing too hard or anything like that. So we're just gonna do some of those arm motions to warm up though. And we'll be standing a little bit too. So I'm not sure I'm doing this the same way that Mindy does. I usually teach a different class, but bear with me, everybody. It's nice to see so many people here. This is great. Wonderful to see you. All right, so it is time. It's a little after 10, so let's get started.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone. Have a good session.
Thank you. All right. All right, so I've got my clock here ready to go. Let's begin. So get comfortable in your chair, but not too comfortable. So I'm bringing blocks under my feet because I'm short. I have very short legs. So I want to bring the floor up to me. So rather than kind of dangling my feet on the floor. So if that's an issue for you, you might try a blanket or a pillow, or if you have books or something like that that you can put under your feet, just so that you feel comfortable sitting in your chair. And we're just going to start with 3 nice, slow, easy, deep breaths. So sit comfortably in your chair, but a little bit away from the back of the chair so that you can sit up. And we're going to work on the pelvic floor a little bit because your pelvis is really important for balance and also for a whole bunch of other things. It supports your spine, so it supports your whole torso. It supports your neck and your head as well. So rest your hands comfortably on your lap. And if you want, you can close your eyes. If that's not comfortable for you, just find a spot in front of you that you can kind of stare at. It's a comfortable gaze. So take a little exhale. And on your next inhale, let's do it for a count of 6. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale for the same count, slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And last one, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now hold it, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then just return to your natural breath. And you might notice that might have been a little tight. It might not. It might have been really comfortable. And on those exhales, you might have felt your whole body starting to relax, your shoulders especially. Good. All right. So now we're going to warm up the body a little bit. So plant your feet firmly on the mat or on the floor, whatever you've got there. And we're going to just start swinging the arms like you're walking or marching. So just easy swinging. You don't have to do anything particularly hard. And if your arms don't work that way, don't worry too much about it. But just if you've got arms on your chair, that might be a little problem. You might have to move your arms out a little bit. That'll be more of a workout. But we're just going to do this for about 15 seconds. Keep going and breathing. Inhale and exhale. If you can do that slow breath, maybe not for 6 counts, but maybe for 4 or maybe for 3. Good. Couple more seconds. Good, nice. And relax, shake it out. I don't know about you guys. It's cold here. I don't know where you're all coming from, if you're all from Michigan. But we didn't turn our furnace on last night. It's cold in my house. Okay, now from here, we're going to do some punches. So punching forward just a little bit. Make a gentle fist with the hand, nothing too violent. This is yoga after all. So you're punching straight ahead, moving from the shoulder, not just the wrist or not just the elbow, but you're moving the whole arm. So there's a little bit of a twisting motion here. So keep moving. Good. Those of you who took kickboxing or boxing in high school or wherever, try to ease up on that a little bit so we're not punching too hard. Gentle taps. Good. Nice, everybody. Good. Keep going and make sure you're breathing. Good. Now we're going to move it up. So now the punching is going to move up, overhead. Do the best you can. Good. Go slow. Good. Nice. Those of you who I can see, the rest of you are in the witness protection program, I see. Make sure you're breathing. Couple more. Good. Now we're going to go down towards the floor. So you're going to lean over a little bit and notice my shoulders and my whole torso are kind of going side to side. So it's like you're punching down and lifting up from the elbow, but you're using your upper arms here. It's mostly moving from the shoulders. And breathing. Good, nice work. Couple more of those. You getting tired? All right, now we're going to go across the body, diagonally. So it's a twist. Good job, everybody. Nice work. Make sure you're breathing. You can breathe through your mouth if you need to. Just make sure you're breathing, but it's better if you close your mouth, if you breathe through your nose. That way your body is getting the carbon dioxide that it needs. Not carbon monoxide, that stuff is poison. But the carbon dioxide that's filtered through your nose. Good, one more each side and relax, shake it out. Whew. Oh, that warmed me up. That was good. All right, one more with the arms. We're going to take them out in front. And I don't know if some of you in high school did this kind of hand jive. We're not going to do that. We're just going to roll the arms, roll the arms. So you're going to place one fist in front of the other and then just roll them. And you can do this slowly if you need to. That's kind of hard to figure out, don't worry. But if you can move a little faster, go a little faster. Good. Whoops. Got stuck there. Good. And then reverse it. Nice. Good job. There's some competitive people out there, I can see. Really pushing that roller. Good. And release it. Shake it out. Nice job. Good job. All right. So now, do all of you have a strap or a belt of some kind or a towel or something? Mindy usually uses some props, I think. If you have something like this that you can use, please go ahead and grab it. We're going to continue to work those shoulders and open up the chest a little bit. So I'll wait for a second while you grab that. Sorry, I should have mentioned that at the beginning. We're going to use a strap. And you might want some blankets or block or something. So, all right, so we're going to take this strap in front of us, whatever you've got, and hold it out in front, but don't hold on to it so that it's taut. I want you to kind of slide your hands wide on the strap or your belt so that it's wider than your shoulders. Good, all right. Now you're going to hold that so that it's taut, but not too much. And we're going to lift this up. So what you're going to do is you're going to press down through your feet and pull up through your pelvic floor like you have to go to the bathroom, and pull up your lower belly. So you're making your your lower part's really nice and firm. And then inhale, lift that strap overhead if you can. Use the strap to help you. Straighten the elbows if you can. And then slide your hands a little further out and then take it behind your head if you can. Sending the chest forward, but keep pulling up through the pelvic floor. Don't let your back arch too much. Really reach that back. Nice, nice, nice. Good, good. So you should be able to breathe really deep here. Should be a good stretch for those shoulders. And then inhale, lift it back up overhead and back down. Good. If that's hard for you, just let go of the strap. You don't have to pull it over your head. Just let it go and bring it back in front. So the idea isn't that you're bringing it to your neck and kind of pressing into your neck. You're lifting it above your head and behind your neck like this. So maybe you can see that. The elbows can be bent, but see if you can do that a couple of times, just bringing it forward, overhead, and then back behind the head so that the chest lifts a little bit. You might have a little bit of an arch in the back. And then up overhead and then in front. Last time, inhale up overhead and then behind the head. And then up and in front and relax. Good. So the shoulders should be nice and open now. And so now we're going to work on that pelvic floor specifically. Can everybody see me all right? You got a good picture of what I'm doing? Okay. So I'm going to move my blocks now. I'm moving a little bit towards the front of my chair, and my feet are flat on the floor. My feet are about hip distance apart. And I'm just going to take my hands to my thighs. I'm going to show you this from the side so you can see a little better. I'm not going to do a full cat-cow here. I'm just going to move my tailbone. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, and I'm just moving my tailbone back. So I'm arching my lower back here a little bit, just down here. And then I'm going to move it forward. So I'm pulling my belly button in towards my spine. My tailbone moves a little bit forward. And then inhale, send it back. I'm exaggerating a bit. And then exhale forward, pulling the belly button in. You're not drawing everything in. You're keeping your torso nice and tall, keeping your chest open. And then tailbone back. And then tailbone forward as you exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, send it back. And exhale, send it forward. Last one. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Good. So you got that motion. And tell me if I'm going too fast for you. Please feel free to speak up. Okay, and then bring the feet back to center. And now we're gonna add the cat-cow. Now we're gonna add the upper body. So I'll show you from the side again, but the pelvic move is still the same. So on the inhale, you're sending your tailbone back behind you. You're hanging onto your knees or your thighs. Now you're lifting the heart. Everything in the front lifts, lift, lift, lift. Shoulders come back and maybe pull a little bit on the knees to bring the shoulder blades together on the back. And then exhale, round everything in. Belly button comes toward the spine. Tailbone moves forward, shoulders round, chin tucks. Inhale, lift up. Open up the front of the body, send the tailbone back. And then exhale, tailbone moves forward and the shoulders round, belly button towards the spine. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling, tailbone back, chest lifts, shoulders open, and exhale, round in. Last one. Inhaling, tailbone back, shoulders open, and exhale, round in. And then inhale, just let it go. And kind of do a little hula in your chair. Just kind of setting everything up for movement. with your spine. All right. Everybody okay so far? Thumbs up. All right, good job. Okay, so again, sitting up towards the front of your chair, feet are flat on the floor. We're going to do some sun salutations. So these are some big moves. So bring your hands to your side in mountain pose, palms face forward. And on an inhale, you're going to draw the palms will be up. Inhale, bring the arms up overhead as best you can. Keep pressing down through the floor, through your feet. Keep your seat rooted. And exhale, bring the palms together at your heart. Good. Easy move there. Inhale, lift up, arms up, same move. Bring the palms together at heart center as you exhale. Last one. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, draw it down. Go at your own pace if I'm going too fast or too slow. Inhale, let's bring those arms up again. Now we're going to add on. And exhale, we'll take a twist to the right. So bring the arms down. Left hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Resist it. The right hand goes behind you on the seat of your chair, not on the back of your chair. No leaning. No shoulder aberrations there. Shoulders are level. Gaze straight ahead or look over your shoulder. Big twist here. Take an inhale and an exhale. And on your next inhale, come back to center, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale to the left, same thing. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand goes behind you. Lift up through the pelvic floor, chest open, shoulders relaxed. Take an inhale. Maybe look over your left shoulder if that works for you. Send the eyes to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Arms up. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Good, adding on again. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Take a twist to the right. We'll move a little faster now. Inhale, come back to center. Arms up. And exhale to the left. Little twist. Inhale, back to center. And now exhale through heart center, hands to your thighs. Take a forward fold here. Just bring the belly to the thighs. Gaze down at the floor. Take a breath here, pressing down through the feet. If you're nervous about falling over, use blocks or a blanket or whatever in front of you or to the sides. You can hang on to bring the floor up to you, or just leave your hands on your thighs. And then on an inhale, pull up through the belly, through the pelvic floor, rise up, bring the arms up overhead one last time. And exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Adding on one more time. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. This time, exhale, take the right hand down to the chair, the side of your chair. Lift up through the left arm. Really reach it up, up, up. Root down through your seat. And exhale, lean over to the right, like you've got a big beach ball on your right side. Reach, 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 reach. Take an inhale, come back to center. And now exhale, reach diagonally without taking your left butt cheek off the chair. Good. Reach, look down at the floor, breathe. And inhale, come back to center. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand down to the side of the chair. Hang on to your chair. Press the hand into the seat. Inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Breathe. And exhale, reach over to the side, to the left. I almost forgot where I was going. Take a breath here, breath or two. It's hard to breathe in this position. That's okay. Do the best you can. And on your next inhale, reach up to the sky again, straight up. And now exhale, reach diagonally. Reach that arm across the ear or next to the ear. Reach through the shoulder blades. So you're pulling your arm out of its socket almost. Don't do that really hard. I'm just illustrating. And breathe. Good. And inhale, come on back up. Bring the other arm up. And now let's come into that twist. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. A lot of arm lifts today. Your arms are going to be tired, Ed. And exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. And let's take that forward fold. Come down to the thighs as you exhale. And then inhale, pull up through the belly, press through the feet, all the way up, arms up, last time. And exhale, release. And just rest your hands on your thighs. Just notice where you are. Take a deep inhale. And a nice slow exhale through the nose. Good job, nice work. Okay, where are we going next here? All right, now we're gonna start working the legs. So come up to the front of your chair again. I'm spending a lot of time at the front of the chair because I don't want you to slump back because we're working on core muscles here. So now we're gonna work on the hip flexors. Hang on to the sides of your chair. Lift up nice and tall, shoulders on the back, gaze straight ahead. And on your next inhale, just lift your right knee just a little bit. So the foot comes a little bit off the mat. It's not coming really high. I'm not bringing my knee to my chest. I'm just lifting it up and holding it. Hold, breathe, and exhale, lower it down. Whew, that was a lot. Let's do it on the other side. Inhale, lift that left knee just a little bit, holding. I've got my foot maybe 6 inches off the floor. Maybe yours is an inch. Maybe you're not lifting it. Maybe you're just imagining it. Engaging the mind muscle. And release it. Let's do that again on the other side. Right leg. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, release. Left leg, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Okay, where am I going with this now? All right, so there's a method to my madness here. So now we're going to bring our hands behind the head. We're going to work some core muscles here. So now I'm just going to ask you on the exhale to bring your elbow down towards your knee. You're not lifting the knee just yet. We'll get there. So we're moving toward a bicycle twist. So inhale and exhale, twist and lower. Inhale up and center. Exhale, twist and lower. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. We're going to keep doing this for 5 times. We've done 2. This is the 3rd one. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. That was 4 or 3. And exhale down. All right. This is the last one now. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And rest. Bring the arms down. Now we're going to do that again. If you can't lift the knee, don't worry about it. Just do what we just did. But if you can, try to lift the knee to the elbow as you twist. So we're doing a bicycle twist here. So whenever you're ready, bring your hands behind your head. And let's go. Inhale and exhale, twist. Lift that knee up. Inhale, lift, center, and exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. The slower you go, the more effective it is. So don't rush. That's number 3. Remember to breathe. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you come down and twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Last one. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. And inhale up and rest. Lower the arms down, shake them out. Good job. And let's do a couple of cat-cows here just to kind of reset. So inhaling, you're coming up, shoulders back, chest lifts, tailbone goes back. Exhale, pull everything in towards the center. And as you're lifting, make sure you're keeping your belly nice and firm. You're not letting it blob out. You need that support for your lower back. Everybody knows what blobbing out means, right? Okay, and just wiggle it out. Okay, so now we're going to work on strengthening the thigh muscles. And if you have a block, that's fine. You can bring it between your knees here, your thighs, just above the knee. If you don't have a block, you can just make a fist with both hands, bring the thumb sides together, and then bring the fists in between your knees. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Okay, so I see a lot of movement over there. Everybody settled in. You can see do what you're gonna do. So if you have the block, it's between your thighs. And you bring your hands next to you on the seat, and you can press down into the seat to make sure that you're not hunkering down when you do this. What we're gonna do is squeeze. We're not gonna do a lot of these because I think you guys have a lot of stiffness in that area anyway. So we're just going to work on strengthening those inner thighs a little bit. So you've got your block or your fist between your hands. And if your fists are between your hands, obviously you're not hanging onto the chair. But just remember to sit up nice and tall. So on an inhale, you're going to squeeze the knees together. Squeeze them into the block or into your fists. About 50 to 70%. You're not going a whole hog here. And hold it and breathe. And then release. Good. Oh, that feels good when you release, doesn't it? And then squeeze it again. Squeeze it again. So you're squeezing your butt muscles as well. So don't let the butt relax. No lazy butts here. And release. And squeeze. And release. One more time. Squeeze. And release. Good. And shake that out a little bit. All right. So now we're going to work the outer thigh. So you can, let's see, bring your feet together, but keep your knees apart. That's really awkward to do, but do the best you can. Another way to do this, if you have a strap, is to wrap a strap around your thighs above your knee. And I'm just going to tie my strap here for demonstration. And you want it to be tight, but not so that the knees are completely together. You want to keep a little distance between the knees, maybe about a fist distance. But if you don't have a strap, you're going to keep the feet together and the knees apart. You can't really see my feet. I'm going to adjust my camera for a second and see my feet. Okay. My feet are together, my knees are apart. And now I'm just going to squeeze. Let's see, what am I doing here? So I want to, your toes stay on the mat and gently just squeeze your butt cheeks. So it's like you're just tightening up your butt. You're not doing anything with the legs. You're not moving them at all. You might keep your hands on the outer thighs just to make sure they don't flop around. and then release. Squeeze and release. I'll show you from the side. Might see the movement of my glutes a little better, my butt cheeks. Squeeze, so you'll notice that my body lifts up a little bit as I squeeze my butt. And release. And squeeze. And release. And if you've got the block between your knees, same thing. Squeeze and release. You're not squeezing the thighs in, you're just squeezing your butt cheeks. And that activates the outer thighs. Let's do it one more time. Okay, and release, and just shake that out a little bit. All right, and then let's stretch that out a little bit. Shake out the legs. Now we're going to come into the number 4 stretch. So if you have a hard time lifting your foot up to your thigh like this, take your strap, you can wrap it around your foot and pull it up that way, or you can bring it behind the knee and bring it up that way. If you have a hard time taking it up at all, a strap doesn't help, use a block, or you don't even need a block. You can just bring the pinky side of your foot to the floor next to the other foot. Or you can even cross your ankles. That's the easiest way to do it, just cross the ankles. But if you can, bring that knee up and bring the foot onto the opposite thigh, just above the knee. And this might be a hella stretch for you. I know for me this morning, I have very tight hips, so this is just sitting here right now is, I feel it. I feel a stretch in the outer hip here and a little stretch in the inner thigh, which is what we want. So you can hang on here with your other hand just onto the sole of the foot and wrap your fingers around the toes, or you can interlace your fingers between your toes. If that works for your foot and your hand, it's kind of intricate to do, but it's a nice stretch for the toes. And you can just kind of move the toes around. You can move the ankle around in a circle, one way and then the other. Working the feet is important for balance. Plus you have all those nerve endings in the feet and that the bones and everything that support you. And you can just gently rub your feet like a butterfly pressure. Take your fingers out from between your toes and just kind of gently brush your feet. And then sit up tall and just let that stretch happen. If you want to move forward a little bit for more intensity in the stretch, you can. If you have a second chair, you could, or if you're near a coffee table or something like that, and you have trouble putting your foot all the way on, you can rest your knee or your thigh on that second chair, and that opens it up as well. That's a little more of an inner thigh stretch or a hip flexor stretch. Good, let's take one more breath here. And exhale, let's bring that foot back down to the floor. And then we'll take it to the other side. So you're going to notice that one side's different than the other. Everybody has that. So just notice it and accept it and do what you can with it. I like to talk to my body parts sometimes and say, oh, you do such a good job holding me up, doing a good job. In spite of the limitations, I have hip problems, I have back problems. Some days are good and some days aren't. That's okay. Do the best you can. It's what you got. And pull up from your belly if you're going to hinge forward. Hinging from the hip flexors, not from the shoulders or the chin. Keep your gaze steady, following a line down to the floor if you're moving forward. And breathe here again if you want to interlace your fingers between your toes. you can do that. If your feet are arthritic like mine, it's going to take a while. And you just do what feels good with that foot, stretching the toes, stretching the arches, maybe wiggling it back and forth or taking circles with your ankle. Stretch out the top of the foot and the Achilles tendon. Go in one direction and then the other. And then if that feels good, you can stay there, or you can pull the fingers out gently and then just brush the top and the bottom of your foot. And it sort of feels like you're brushing some tightness, some tension away from the foot and through the toes, through the ends of the toes. So you're kind of brushing, you're kind of sweeping it out of the corners. I was cleaning out my garage the other day. It's sort of like cleaning out the corners of your garage, because that's where everything lands. Okay, and then gently bring that foot down. And let's clear the way to do some standing poses. So go ahead and carefully, mindfully stand up. If you're not standing today, you can stay in the chair. I'll demonstrate all the poses with the chair. I'm going to switch chairs here because I think you can see it better without a back. So we're just going to stand to the back of the chair. And we're going to start with some, I'll adjust my camera so you can see a little better. I think you can see everything from there. Maybe not my feet so much. All right. I love Zoom, but the camera's not all that great. Okay. Let's bring it down a little bit so you can see my feet maybe a little bit. Okay, so we're standing in mountain pose at the back of the chair. Mountain pose doesn't necessarily mean you have your hands at your side. If your balance is off today, don't worry about it. Just hang on to the back of the chair. Feet are about hip distance apart. They're not pasted together. They're about hip distance apart. And, you know, you might want to move a little bit, just rock forward and back a little bit and just notice where you tend to land on your foot. Is it towards the front of the foot, the ball of the foot, or are you way back on your heels? Try to find something in between. Maybe even lift the toes and wiggle them around if that works for you, so that you can really get a grip on the floor. And then you're facing the back of your chair. I want your hand, one hand to be on the back of the chair at all times now. So I'm going to bring my left foot forward toward the chair, and I'm going to take my right foot back. So I'm in a lunge, so I can bend my left knee. I don't know if you can see that against my gray background here. I've got quite a lunge, and I'm not in a tightrope. I don't have this foot right in line with my front foot. My back foot is out to the right a little bit, so I have more of an angle. That way I have greater balance. And my back foot is turned in slightly so that I can press through the pinky side of my back foot. My front knee is bent and my body is facing the chair. And I'm gazing straight ahead. So we're in this nice lunge here. This is a warrior pose. So get your balance here. Kind of press the feet away from each other so that you're activating both legs. The feet press down and away from each other. That gets this back leg really working. Try to straighten that back knee as you bend into the front knee and bring equal weight into each foot. Lift up through your pelvic floor and maybe take one arm up overhead in a warrior pose. If your balance is good, lift both arms, but only if your balance is good. Nice, everybody. Beautiful. Make sure you're breathing. You've got the chair there in case you need to balance better. Good. Nice work. And exhale, bring the hands down to the chair. And then come to the ball of the back foot. So now we're on in a crescent pose. This is like a runner's lunge here. And now we're gonna bend both knees and then straighten both legs. Bend both knees, straighten. Bend both knees and straighten. 2 more. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Last one. And straighten. Good. And then just do your best to come back to the chair. Stand up straight. Mountain pose. And now we're going to come into a warrior pose. So the feet come apart. I'll show you from the back. You're facing your chair. Your feet are going to come wide as you can. This is a good stretch for those inner thighs and for the hips. And let's turn the right toes out. And the back toes turn in a little bit again, so that you can press through the pinky side of that foot. That gets that leg nice and engaged. And you're going to bend into the front knee, just like we did in the first pose, but you're going to turn your torso toward the chair as best you can. And then take one arm out and look over those fingertips. I'm taking my right hand out, same hand as my front knee, and gaze over the fingertips. If balance is good, again, you're going to press down and away with your feet. That activates those inner thighs, helps to balance. Pull up through the pelvic floor and your lower belly. And then maybe take both arms out to the side. Maybe that compromises your balance. So just use one arm or no arms. Just look off in the same direction as your front knee. And see if you can sink a little deeper into that pose. Maybe you can lift the front heel and lower. Lift the heel and lower. That's hard. Lift the heel and lower, and lift and lower. And inhale, straighten that front knee and turn the toes back towards center and step together. Let's take it to the other side now. So bring the right foot towards the chair, facing the back of the chair again. The left leg comes back in that lunge, coming into that nice warrior pose. The back toes are turned out just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And sink into that front knee, but at the same time, you're pressing through the back foot. So you're pressing down and in opposite directions with your feet. And your front knee, if it's coming towards the big toe, you want it to move out. You want that inner thigh to rotate out. Lift up through the belly. Lift the chest. Maybe lift one arm. Do your best here. Where's your balance? Breathe. Keep your gaze steady on something that's not moving. Maybe lift the other arm up. Relax the shoulders down the back. Breathe and hold. Good. Nice, everybody. What good warriors you are. That's awesome. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Now pop that back foot onto the ball of the foot. Keep the front knee bent. And now you're going to bend both knees just a little bit and then straighten both knees. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. If this isn't in your bailiwick today, don't do it. Just stay in that warrior one or in that crescent pose. And last time, bend and straighten. Good. And then come back to center. And now we're going to take that warrior two pose. So I'm just going to show you from the back again. Take the legs wide as it's comfortable for you. Don't take it too far. And turn the left toes out. The right toes turn in just a little bit. Turn your torso to face the chair and bend into the left knee. Press equally through both feet, so you're pressing them down and away from each other, isometrically. And then take one arm out if you can. Gaze over the left fingertips. If it's okay for your balance, you can take the other arm behind you. Try to keep the arms level. I like to lift my hands a little higher than my shoulders, and that helps my shoulders to relax down my back. I don't want to wear my shoulders like earrings. Good. Now, bring your hands back to the chair and just lift the left heel. Keep the knee bent. Keep the back leg pressing through the pinky side. Don't let that knee bend. And lower the heel. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. And then press into that foot, straighten the leg, and turn the toes back to center and bring your feet back to face the chair. Now, good job. Shake out those legs. That was a lot of work, right? Oh, one more. Forgot. Let's do a tree pose, a balancing pose. I'll show you from the back. So again, facing the back of your chair, find your balance on both feet first. Gaze straight ahead at something that's not moving. And then I'm going to balance on my right foot first. So I'm going to just kind of bring my weight to my right foot, and then engage my whole leg, pull up through the lower belly, and kind of tuck my tailbone just a little bit so that I'm lifting up. I have good posture here. Then I'm going to just turn my left knee out, and I'm keeping my toes on the floor for now, just to bring my heel against my right ankle. That can be your tree right there. And you can bring one arm up to the sky, maybe both arms. Go slow with this. Make sure you're breathing and keeping your gaze steady. I'll show you from the side here. If you can lift that leg a little bit higher, bring the foot against the calf, or maybe even take that foot all the way up above the knee. Pressing the foot into the thigh into the foot. Make sure you're keeping your belly firm. Tuck the tailbone just a little bit. You need it to have a little arch in the lower back. And then if your arms work to lift up, one arm, maybe both. Nice, good job. And exhale, bring the hands down if they're up, and bring the foot down and shake it out. And let's do it again. If you're staying in the chair, I've neglected the chair people. Forgive me. If you're staying in the chair, again, you can do that number 4 position and just lift the arms. Same idea. All right, let's take that tree to the other side now. So we're putting the weight into the left foot now, standing up nice and tall. Maybe just turning that right knee out and bringing the heel to the left ankle. That can be a tree right there. Perfectly fine. Otherwise, if you can bring that foot up a little bit and hold it, press that foot into the calf or the thigh, lift up through the lower belly, keep your gaze steady, lift one arm, maybe both. Whoops. My balance is not real good today on this side. Never is. So I'm just going to lift one arm. Maybe you don't lift the arms. Maybe you keep the hands at heart center. That's perfectly fine too. Or if you want to get fancy about it, you could do a toppling tree. Good. Are you breathing? And exhale, come on down. Bring the knee forward, lower the foot. Good, shake it out. And, oh, we're running out of time, but I want to do a triangle pose. So come on down, not onto your chair yet. We're gonna come into a triangle pose. So now you're gonna walk around and face the seat of your chair. So I'm gonna bring both hands to the seat of my chair. And I'm gonna bring my right foot forward and my left foot back, sort of like that warrior one position, bending the knee. But now I'm gonna straighten that knee. And then I'm gonna bring my right hand to the center of the seat of my chair. My left foot is back behind me with the toes turned in just a little bit, just like we did in that warrior pose. My left arm is gonna come up to the sky as I straighten my front foot. Again, my feet are pressing down and in opposite directions so that my hips are freed up then to open up, pressing into the feet equally, equal weight between the feet. You can leave your top arm on your hip if you like. That's okay. Open up that top shoulder though. Open it up, just like we did with that strap. And then if you can, lift the arm up overhead. If not, don't worry about it. Press into that front hand as well for balance. Breathe here. Let's take 2 more breaths. I see a couple of triangles out there. Good job. Now, look down at your front hand, bend the front knee, and take the top arm over your top ear, coming into extended side angle. Now, if you're seated, your feet are going to be apart. You're going to bring your forearm to your thigh. This is your triangle. The arm comes overhead. This is your extended side angle. The arm reaches over the ear. The foot in the back presses through the pinky side. Good job. And breathe. And inhale, look down at your front hand. Take the top arm down to the seat and turn to face the seat of your chair. And now step your feet together and take your feet back so that you're creating an L shape with your body. My camera's not capturing that real well. So your back is straight. You're getting a nice stretch through the back here. Belly pulls in, your hips are pushing back. Let your arms stretch out here. Good. If you're seated in your chair, you just want to take a nice big stretch here. Bring your belly to your thighs, take your arms out. You can come down, bring your hands down. Just take a nice forward fold. Good. And then from here, you're going to walk your feet up to the chair again. This time, keep your left hand at the center of your chair, of the seat. Take your right foot back, the left foot is forward. And move back a little bit. And so take your right foot back, turn the toes in slightly. And now we're going to straighten that front knee, press through the feet evenly as you open up the hips. And then you can leave this top hand on your hip, or you can take it up overhead. The palm faces forward. So you want to lengthen your spine here. Send the hips back, and this top hip opens up. Shoulders and chest open up. Maybe look up at your top hand or look down at your bottom hand. That can help with balance. It's also easier on your neck. Breathe here. And then look down at your hand on the chair, bend into the front knee, and take the top arm over your ear for extended side angle. Really reach from the pinky side of your right foot through the fingertips of your right hand. So you're getting a full body stretch here, but keep pressing equally into your feet in opposite directions. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good. And exhale, look down at your hand on the chair, bring the top hand down, and then step forward towards the chair. And let's take a seat for a quick quad stretch. So come on back to your chairs. We've got about 2 minutes left. And when you get to your chair, turn to one side. It doesn't matter which side. And if you have your strap available, this could be helpful. I'm just going to wrap the strap around my outside ankle. And I'm going to sit a little forward on the chair as usual. This is my right leg, so my right butt cheek is kind of hanging off the chair, the edge of the chair. And I'm just going to drag my foot back a little bit so that my knee is kind of dangling down at a right angle. I'm hanging on to the chair with my other hand. You can wrap it around the back of your chair, or if you have a folding chair, hang on to the seat in the back. And then I'm just going to lift my ankle, try to bring it towards my butt. At the same time, I'm pulling up through my pelvic floor and my lower abs, lifting my chest and trying to bring my shoulder blades relaxed on my back. Not an easy thing to do, but you should feel a nice stretch through the front of your thigh. And it's a good hip flexor stretch as well. And if you want to take more of a stretch, you can bring that leg back, curl the toes under, and press through the heel, again in that crescent stretch, lifting up through the front of the body. Or you can just stay here with that nice ankle stretch. If you're more flexible, you can hang on to the ankle with your hand. That gives you more of a stretch. It's more intense if you have that kind of flexibility and strength. If not, don't worry about it. You get a perfectly good stretch with the strap. Good. And release that, and then turn around and we'll take it to the other side. So again, you want to wrap that strap around the ankle. Position yourself comfortably on your chair so that you have some room to move that hip flexor. And you want to bring that knee down to about a 90-degree angle and turn to face the side of your chair. Hang on to your chair with your right hand. I'm using my left leg on the outside here. I'm going to wrap that strap around my hand once or twice so I get a good grip. And then firming up from the pelvic floor, you're going to lift that heel up towards your rear end, towards your glutes. Press down firmly with your right foot, so make sure that you're seated perfectly securely in your chair so you're not going to fall off. And lift the chest and breathe. And if that's not enough for you, you can take the foot back, curl the toes under, and press the heel back so that you get a nice straightish leg. It may not straighten all the way, don't worry about that, but you should feel that nice stretch through the front of the thigh there. Or you can reach for the ankle and bring the heel closer to the rear end. Make sure the front of your body is nice and tall and that you're able to breathe. Good. And release whatever version of that you have. Set your strap aside. Turn to face the front of your chair. And now it's time to rest. So bring your hands to your thighs. You can settle back in your chair now. Rest against the back of the chair. Maybe close your eyes for a moment. And let's take those 3 deep breaths again. So just take a nice normal breath. And when you're ready, big inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. And bring your hands to heart center. And I like to end my classes with a little wish to all beings. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. And may we all live with peace, grace, and ease. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, everybody.
Great job.
Thank you.
That helped me a lot.
It did, good. Well, tell me in a couple of days, Ed. Let me
I
know how you
tried.
feel. Let me know how you
Thank
feel
you.
in a couple of days.
Great job.
Thank you.
Any
Namaste.
anybody have any questions?
No, it was all good explaining.
Oh, good, good. All
Yeah.
right.
It was good.
Well, thank you for coming today, everybody. It's really nice to meet all of you, and hope to see you again sometime. Mindy will be back next week. Take
Yes,
care. Have a good
namaste.
week.
Enjoy
Bye.
the weather. Enjoy the weather.